welcome to episode number 81 of the Nonsense Review. I'm your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello everyone.
A bit of behind the scenes info for you guys. We're recording this one in advance. Why are we doing this? It's not Rick's fault for a change.
Yay!
I'm going to be going to a concert with a buddy, which means I'll be staying somewhere that's not my home and probably won't be back until late on the Friday. So fuck it, we're not taking chances, we're recording this a bit early.
Yeah. So today we're going to be doing something really classic. This is from like the 50s, I think. But before we get too far into that, let's get into our time-honored tradition of the nonsense asinine hypotheticals, which we bust out anytime we do the retrospective or an episode in hand like we're doing today.
Yeah.
Do you have one for me today?
Alright, Rick, this might be cheating a little bit because I think I've asked a version of this question before, but fuck it, I don't care. You get to choose any god. They are now real and your patron deity. Who do you pick?
Ooh, probably Bastet.
The god of cats.
Yeah.
You can have any god be real, and you decide to pick the god that protects cats over all else.
Not only that, I made the literal first cat girl in human history. I made her real. You're welcome.
What a fucking waste. Okay, what's your question for me?
Yeah, my one for you is, you have a genie, and you get a wish from them, but you don't know whether or not the genie is a dick who will twist the wish. What do you wish for?
You see, the problem with this is Gravity Falls answered this question perfectly.
Okay.
In the form of, wish for a slice of pizza, but it totally regenerates.
Alrighty, because even bad pizza is still pizza.
Yeah, that's the answer to this riddle. Seeing as I assume you don't want me to steal a cartoon's answer, despite it being absolutely perfect.
Yep.
My answer would be simple, really. I'd roll the dice and say, I want to be financially well off for the rest of my days. Now, if this is an evil genie, he could do one of two things to fuck me. That is, just kill me on the spot, or turn the world into utter turmoil so that wealth has no meaning. Those are the two ways he could fuck me. But, on the off chance that it's a good genie and he just goes, oh yeah, sure, no problem, bros, I'm laughing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, either untold misery for millions, or I get to live a decent life. It's a coin flip, for sure, but yeah.
Or instant death.
Well, yeah, but that's still like, misery for at least two people, probably, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dice I'd roll, seeing as I can't have the perfect answer of infinitely regenerating pizza.
Well, you could always go for a spin on it, but yeah, I think your answer was pretty good too.
Yeah, well, it's one of those where I don't want to die. I really don't. However, in that scenario, like, any other wish could come up with... Like, it might be better to die instantly than have something like, oh, I want a cock that touches the floor. Oh, look, your legs are gone, you know?
You become Pillow Man, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be Pillow Man, just have your arms.
Oh, yeah, have your arms, yeah.
But, whatever. I'm just saying, like, when you don't know if the negative is going to be a negative, at least have the negative be an instant fucking thing instead of something you have to suffer through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my answer. I love the idea of the pizza slice that just regenerates because there's no flaws. Bad pizza is still pizza. But yeah, today we're doing a bit of a out there cartoon in it's technically called Dastardly and Muttley's flying crew machine bullshit or something. But
Dastardly and Muttley and their flying machines.
But you and I have always referred to it as Catch the Pigeon.
Yeah, because if you've ever heard the opening, that's basically the lyrics to the opening, as we were about to find out.
Catch the pigeon.
Yeah, catch the pigeon now. So, if you'd like to follow along with us at home, 3, 2, 1, and go.
God, that noise is annoying, isn't it?
So Dastardly's got like his own take on the Red Baron's tri-wing.
Which is interesting, because he races the fucking Red Baron in Racket Races.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, Red Baron is one of the characters.
Oh yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't remember it being Dastardly actually singing.
Yeah, it is.
So I think this is actually meant to be set during like World War I era, because the pigeon is clearly a messenger pigeon.
Yeah. So this is the early days of aviation as well, which is why they're all like biplanes and triplanes.
When it's set, for sure, but again, 1969.
Yeah. Like, planes were already a known thing back then.
Like, how unnecessarily advanced these goofy pricks are.
Yeah, so the Wacky Races reboot revealed that this is the father of the Wacky Races Dastardly, and the reboot is the grandson of this Dastardly.
Yeah, makes sense. If I remember rightly as well, like one of the gags of probably the final episode was the pigeon they're trying to capture is a pigeon that's on their side.
Yeah.
That was a Scooby-Doo noise. Which honestly, Scooby-Doo was Hanna-Barbera. I wouldn't be surprised if they reused assets.
Oh yeah, totally. Like, they're, what do you call them? Stock sound effects for the entire studio.
That'll fucking kill them, Dastardly. Hey, do you know what makes people not go faster?
Violence and being told to go faster.
Yeah. What's the expression? Don't tell me what to do when I'm already doing it.
Yeah. It's so annoying though, isn't it? Then again, I think everyone's got a mum. Everyone's been told to do something while they're in the middle of doing so.
Okay. Yeah. It's more annoying when it's not a family member.
Yeah. Especially one that you can't just slap upside the head and tell to fuck off.
I mean, I wouldn't do that to any of my family members, Rick.
Oh, no, not... like, a person outside the family that you can't slap outside the head, meaning someone who's, like, an actual superior. Rather than just, like, someone on the street where you just go, piss off.
Okay. That's an old school gag, isn't it?
Yeah, the person on the phone just is completely unintelligible.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, you remember furlough schemes in the UK?
Yeah.
And how they were fucking atrocious?
Yeah.
And how all the airline companies were like, well, we're not paying even a percentage of the wage, so we're firing everyone instead.
Yep. But it's even that, like, the government covered 80% of it.
Yeah, but we don't want to pay 20% of it.
Well, they didn't have to. I gotta love cartoon physics.
Treason is specifically a crime against the sovereign. So,
yeah.
And you being a general, at best it would be desertion.
He's probably lower than general because he was answering to the general.
Oh, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, totally.
Insubordination at worst, then.
Yeah.
Don't you love it when you work in a shitty retail job and your boss treats it like the military?
Yes. He's now got a mailbox for a plane. Man, I read Today I Fucked Up on Reddit about someone who refused to take shelter during a hurricane because it wasn't part of the employee handbook because he wanted to get his work done and go home early.
What?
And the person that told him to take shelter turned out to be the chief financial officer. And next time he saw him, it had been written into the handbook that you have to take shelter, otherwise it's insubordination.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of those where there's certain things that you think wouldn't need to be written down.
Yeah.
Here's a reminder for all the people working minimum wage or retail or fuck it, even burger flipping. Never do more than you're meant to. Like, it's one of those of employers love employees who work twice as hard as everyone else. Not because they're going to promote you, but it's because they're getting a bargain.
Yeah, absolutely.
So fuck them. Don't work harder than you need to. I can't fucking... I'm pretty sure my workplace hates me because it's the first thing I tell people who start working there.
Oh, yeah. Don't work harder than you need to.
Do your job because no one wants to pick up after you. But for fuck's sake, don't offer to do any additional work.
Don't do anyone else's job.
When you finish doing your job, just look busy.
Yeah.
I need to cut that. Alright, thank you. So for those of you listening, you're going to hear a massive, like, lengthy pause there because Rick revealed a thing I do at work that I shouldn't technically be doing. Well, that's also going to get cut because people are going to think that now. Fucking idiot.
It's okay. At least there's
some shut
slapstick
up.
Going on.
Shut up. Stop talking about my work.
I'm talking about slapstick at this point.
Man, you saying that, apologies, needed to cough. You saying that, I had a customer at work who, I don't know their name, but I've bumped into them a few times, and they gave me a fucking shirt the other day. They just gave it to me, and I was so flabbergasted, because this is not normal behaviour for anyone. I was just like, thanks, and I said it in that weird sort of tone of like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And he said, oh, don't worry, I don't fancy you or anything. And I'm like, well, I didn't think that.
But now that you brought it up...
I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking, who the fuck does this?
And
then I just went, okay, I'm going to go put this in my locker now, because I'm not going to turn away a free shirt. But, thanks. Dum-de-dum-dum.
Yeah, that is weird. Is that like the entirety of the story, though?
Somewhat. Like, the other day, because it was a while ago, he said, oh, did it fit okay? And I went, yeah, it fit fine. He went, oh, I've got loads of clothes that I can give you. And I went, I'd rather you didn't. Now, that's the end of the story. It didn't really go much further than that, but, you know.
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird one to go with, yeah.
Like, his logic was, oh, I bought this shirt and it's too large for me. And I'm like, okay, I can see that happening, but, like, charity shops exist.
As does eBay.
True. It's called being sacked. Getting sent to the front lines.
Yep. Oh, Pigeon Island.
I think they're technically seagulls.
Oh yeah, Seagull Island, yeah.
It is a bit of a classic tune, isn't it? A
Yeah.
Well, that's the first episode. We've still got, like, what, 2 more? 1 more?
Yeah, so same.
Oh, Wingdings is like their little short that takes like a minute.
Right, so that's why there's 5 episodes per episode.
I have no doubt that was based off of someone with a... I bet you any money someone knew a fucker with Tourette's but didn't know what Tourette's was.
Yep. Wasn't it also one of the Three Stooges?
I'm sorry, Rick, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, there's a dancing barn.
That's just water.
Water soup. It's like the Flanders joke of, ooh, a popsicle in my favourite flavour. Plain. And it's just an icicle.
I have no idea what the gag is. Because the show is so quiet all of a sudden for these Wingdings. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's stupid. So Dastardly there drank the mop water, whereas they were mopping the floor with the alphabet soup.
Yeah. Man, I remember alphabet soup.
You can't fire a bow with that many arrows.
No. Not accurately, at least.
Not at all. You'd struggle with 3. I think this is Muttley pretending to be... Well, I think we just saw in the little flashback.
No, this isn't Muttley.
This is the Mutiny on the Bounty, isn't it?
I guess so, yeah.
Which, to be fair, Muttley of the Bounty is a pretty good fucking play on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, peeling potatoes was a standard punishment in these cartoons, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because this was back before they had potato peelers, I guess, so you had to use a knife proper.
Yeah.
Which, isn't the hardest thing in the world, but if you don't know how to do it, you could really fuck your fingers up.
My folks still use a knife for it. Whereas whenever I do it, I use the potato peeler, and they look at me like it's some kind of eldritch horror. We have a potato peeler.
I think it's
but we
because
apparently only use it for vegetable, like for fucking carrots.
I think it's probably because they're like, but why would you use a separate instrument where if you peel with the knife, you can then instantly cut?
Yeah. But half the time they don't even. It's just pop it in the pot and make mash out of it.
Mash is the worst form of potato food.
Yeah.
If you're going to have mash, I'd rather just have fucking boiled potatoes.
Yeah. Well, if I'm having boiled potatoes, I want good potatoes boiled, like new potatoes, Anya's, or Jersey Royals, you know?
Sure. But I think we can both agree that jacket potato's king.
I used to believe that.
Oh?
However, I can still, accept that it is a good form of food that you can fill with whatever you like. However, I once went to hospital. The only thing on the menu was jacket potatoes. They were so awful, and I kept throwing up because of... Hello. I kept throwing up because of my medication. My brain went, oh, it's because of the jacket potatoes. So now I can't eat jacket potatoes.
Yeah, I feel like that's why people don't like chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Because it just automatically gets fed to you when you're sick. So you don't associate the chicken noodle soup with, oh, delicious sustenance. You associate with the flavour of it coming back up. Oh, look, the fucking...
there's a picture, the picture of the... I forget the name of it, but yeah, his rocket car from...
I was going to call it Mystery Machine, but I knew that was wrong.
Yeah.
Sappy birthday. What a shite pun.
Yep. Yeah, so that one thing that always bugged me is that in all the title cards, there are 4 planes because Muttley's got one, but in pretty much all of the cartoons, there's only ever 3 because Muttley flies with Dastardly.
Yeah, except literally just in that shot, you were proven wrong.
Yeah, this shot is the one that proves me wrong, because the first episode was Dastardly and Muttley in the one flying machine, and now they've got separate ones.
Yeah, the Mean Machine.
Yeah.
That's the
Mean
car
Machine.
name.
Mean Machine, yeah.
I didn't just remember that, I googled it.
Yeah.
I knew it had machine in the name, and I didn't want to be proven an idiot.
Oh, I like that. The little, doing the cartoon thing, but just with wings to start going at full speed after being stopped for a while.
It was also very Roadrunner.
Yeah. Vulture Squadron.
Which is a pretty sick name, to be honest.
It is.
I ain't being funny. I don't know why they always go up in the machines and they don't just fucking use a rifle.
Well, the real reason is because cartoon and they want another episode out of it.
Yeah, I guess.
Because the villain has to lose. Except in this one, he's not even a villain. He's doing it on orders.
Imagine how much fuel these motherfuckers have to waste. And then all the fucking money they lose on scrap and shit.
Well, remember, this is America, so it's... Fuel is... It costs less than beer back in those days.
Alright, but it's the military. They still want to fucking strict budget that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more about the logistics of getting it to the places that need it rather than how much it costs.
I know this is a stupid thing to pick up on, but there's no way Muttley's plane should be able to fly.
It's not even the only one that shouldn't be able to fly. Like the fucking mailbox from the first episode.
Oh, yeah,
this is basically a bath.
Yeah, and also it's got like literally a fucking motor running it.
Most of them do. Yeah, most of them do. They've got it at the fucking bottom.
Well, this one, it's on top of the fucking wings. On a little
one's
tripod.
On top, it's doing nothing.
I'm going to cough again.
Yeah. Yeah, half the time the motors are either top or bottom. When it's on the bottom, it really bugs me because it's right between the wheels, and it'll get fucked up whenever they're trying to land. But that's not normally a problem in Dastardly and Muttley because the plane normally gets shredded by another plane.
Look at this shit.
It's going to eject to the wrong side when they go up, isn't it?
Oh, fuck me, I miss this type of cartoon comedy. One more goof, that motherfucker didn't know it worked.
And as far as he knew, it was going to be him that got ejected the other way.
Potentially.
My head's bopping to this public domain music.
They're just gonna fuck. Yeah, okay, I can see the flaw in their plan.
Yeah, they're going to hug. Yeah. There it is. Good old drat and double drat.
Yeah. Good old fashioned catchphrases.
Yeah, drat, double drat, and triple drat. I think he actually once got to quadruple drat.
Except kids didn't know what they meant, so they dropped it. He's gonna get a slap round the ear, isn't he? Could you imagine in the military getting medals just for achieving your birthday?
It is kind of cute, though.
Could you imagine? I can actually imagine like Dastardly having a conversation with his superior every day. It's like, Chief, can we just put guns on the fucking planes? It's like we ain't got no guns.
We had them in World War One.
Fuck's sake, Chief.
Can I at least requisition my own pistol from home?
Like bow and arrows. Come on, we must have bow and arrows.
A trebuchet.
They have a trebuchet.
Century...
They have one in the opening credits.
Yeah, a 16th century trebuchet or catapult.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, they got fucked up by the fact that they had the flypaper deployed. Rather than, going over the bridge.
Chief, can I requisition some kind of, like, net gun device? It's not really a gun, it fires a net. It's like, no can do. Nets have all gone to gladiators. What fucking gladiators, Chief? Like, it's, quite frankly, considering they're being... How can they be so technical geniuses while being so fucking incompetent?
Well... We brought this up last week, but 99 int, one whiz.
Oh, goodness. Man, we need to show this cartoon to Nibs for Artificer inspiration.
Yeah, because I think a turret is just currently like a Tonka truck toy of a digger.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you, but their current plan is to catch the pigeon first and put a lump of iron around it so they can magnetise it and catch it.
Yeah.
Fucking nonsense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good old anvils. I think I've seen an anvil in real life once.
I can't say I have. It already has metal on it!
So he's got, like, I think the idea is they're trying to make kids know, oh yeah, brass doesn't get attracted by magnets, but iron does. And every kid who's ever played with a magnet knows most metal doesn't react to a magnet.
Yeah, gold was the first one I learned that with.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was technically fake gold, but whatever.
Yeah, for me the first one is money.
Ah.
Yeah, magnet and money doesn't work.
2p's and 1p's work.
Do they?
Yes.
Okay.
Good old Muttley laugh at the end there.
Yeah.
Man, you could literally just draw Muttley as an orc.
You could. You could run him as one as well, but, with a bit of a speech impediment.
Yeah. Well, they all talk fucking funny anyway, don't they? See, look! They can fucking do catapults!
Yeah. If you go by Games Workshop logic, they're all Cockney, so...
Yeah, which doesn't offend me in the least.
It's just a nose!
But yeah, I think the go-to quote I always remember in the video game was, I said I'm dead hard and tired of walking.
Yeah, the one of the mech boy is like, I should invent a machine that makes walking faster.
Oh, jeez. As a young lad, it hit a bit too close to home, shall we say. Because I don't think it comes out in everyday talking, but sometimes you can hear the Cockney that, like, I was clearly brought up under, if you get my meaning.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with me, and when sometimes I'll say a right broad Yorkshire word.
Yeah, but it's so much more jarring with you, because I'm not used to hearing it from you. But anyway, shit, I do remember that one time when even with your subdued accent, you were really vibing with that German bird.
Oh, man.
Yeah, when we did Titania, like, the first time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It was something like every time you spoke, you could hear her almost melting. And, like, I think, like, the second thing she said to you was, I really love your accent. And there was me just shutting the fuck up going, fucking Cockneys get no love.
Man, here's the thing, they get enough love, but they get it all from Americans who don't know what a British person is.
Oh yeah, that's the problem though, isn't it? Because Americans, like, they're used to hearing the top upper class accent, especially from people who are visiting. But the Europeans fucking hate Cockney accents because it's all us common as fuck scum going up and ruining their beaches. So they hear a Cockney accent and they're like, oh, fuck, not again.
Going to war with the Germans over who puts a towel on a chair first.
Oh, no. Oh, I rarely vacation at the UK.
No.
But yeah, anyway, I think we've waffled about accents long enough. What did you think?
It was a good bit of fun. I can see how they wouldn't be able to stretch this out much longer than, like, the one season that they did. Obviously, that became true. But by the same token, with enough inspiration, I could see it cropping up for specials now and again, which obviously never happened because, Wacky Races was the one that was popular rather than this. But yeah, how about you? What do you think?
It's rather odd because I'm convinced that as a child, because this is an old-ass cartoon anyway,
yes.
That whenever this actually did show up and I watched it, it was played in between episodes of Wacky Races.
Oh, yeah. So when this would be played, in my experience, it would be basically like breakfast time when they decided, let's just dig out some old-ass cartoons like the Smurfs, the Snorks, Wacky Races, the Flintstones, the Flintstones sequel that wasn't the Jetsons.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They did a sequel to the Flintstones that was like the kids grown up.
I do have vague memories of that, now that you've said that.
They got Fred and Barney 2, Yabba Dabba Doo, We'll Have a Groovy Time.
What the fuck? I thought you meant like Pebbles and Bam Bam.
Yeah, it was Pebbles and Bam Bam were like teenagers, but Fred and Barney were in it. Just not, front and centre.
We need to dig that up and watch it.
Yeah, I need to find it. I need to find what it was fucking called.
Yeah, I don't think typing the Flintstones 2 will bring up anything.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a movie of the Flintstones 2, and I'm pretty sure it was shit.
Yeah,
but the first one was shit.
But I don't think it was called the Flintstones 2. I think it was called the Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas or some shit.
I think it was.
Yeah. That might have been the first one. I don't know, but there was definitely like a Flintstones live-action movie starring Sully. What's his name?
John Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman, who, by the way, looks great nowadays.
Yeah, he does.
Shout out to John Goodman.
He also made a very good Fred Flintstone. Like, okay, we're just going to preempt doing that movie. He's the MVP of that movie.
He did not need... Like, it's like if we ever do the Mario movie, which we're definitely going to do, the original, not the new one that they're fucking making. Fuck, I've forgotten his name. Who Framed Roger Rabbit Man is definitely going to get the MVP award.
Yeah. I've also forgotten his name. Eddie Valiant, but...
It's not Eddie Valiant. Oh, wait, that's who he plays in Roger Rabbit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck. Hoskins. First name. What's his first name? Fuck.
Bob Hoskins?
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
He endured hell on that film set and still gave it his all.
Yes.
Man, like, there's a story of the guy who played Bowser in that film, of his, he used to tell it with some pride, of his kid came up to him and said, "Dad, why did you make this horrible movie?" He went, "You needed shoes." And his kid just went, "I don't need shoes that badly, Dad." But yeah, we'll talk about Mario when we do it. Fuck, sorry, we've waffled. Rick, favourite moment?
Well, you could pick any slapstick moment, but I think the one that I pointed out during the show was the bird equivalent of legs going mental before taking off, Looney Tunes style, when the pigeon's wings just started rotating before he just zoomed off into the distance. That's the one that I picked out of all of them, and I'm sticking with it. How about you? What was your favourite moment?
My favourite moment's going to go to the entire segment that was Muttley's dream of Muttley of the Bounty. It was good, and we got to see some furry action.
Yeah, we did.
Which I was not expecting from this show.
Yeah, man, the 60s were horny.
I don't think the 60s were any more horny than any other era. It's just a bit more noticeable when we go back and look in our 30s.
Yeah, they're making artwork for fun rather than, for propaganda at this point, so...
Yeah, unless there was like a massive pigeon cull going on in the USA at the time, I think this was just for shits and grins.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't only talk about the good, we have to dwell a little bit on the negative. So to that end, Rick, do you have a weakest link for me?
I think the weakest link is the unfortunate implications of using, I think you brought it up, that Tourette's was obviously the inspiration for, I forget the name of the guy, was it Tuck or something?
It was either Tourette's or potentially a very bad stutter, because he seemed to do it at the beginning of sentences rather than randomly.
Yeah. Well, he did it in the middle of sentences as well, and in place of words. So the whistle click click ee-oo guy, yeah, the fact that it was Trek with the subtlety of a brick.
Yeah.
And maybe that character wouldn't make it into a modern a modern remaster.
I think they could. I think they could actually play that incredibly classy, because Tourette's has a bit of a... I won't call it a bad name, but whenever someone says Tourette's, you instantly think wanker and shit like that, you know?
Yes.
Whereas I've encountered at least two people with the Tourette's where they have to click their tongue every so often.
Yeah. And people that just kind of stop talking and just kind of do some motions before they can start again. Yeah. But yeah. How about you? What was your weakest link?
It's a bit of a toss-up, really, between the fact that the episodes were too short, but at the same time, I don't think you could stretch these episodes out any further without being shit.
Yeah.
And even though the art is of its time, I don't think it's actually aged that gracefully compared to Wacky Races, despite being the exact same fucking style.
Yeah, I get it. Like, it feels like... I guess part of it is that Wacky Races was always on a track and there was always something happening on the floor, whereas half the time here it's just a blue background.
Yeah, I think that might be it. You might have hit the nail on the head with that.
There's always a background to look at when, there's a track. So I guess that's into the final one.
Yeah, who's your MVP, Rick?
My MVP has got to be Dick Dastardly. He looks fantastic in his aviation gear. It's not that much different to his racing gear, but it just fits him so well. And it's nice to see him be not so much the hero, but the protagonist for a change,
Yeah, he still gets fucked.
Oh, definitely. But, he was clearly essentially the main character of Wacky Races. Even though he's meant to be the villain, he was the one that got the most focus. Whereas in this, he's got the actual protagonist role, and he's grabbing it by the reins. Honourable mention to Muttley for being his comic relief, but yeah, I'm giving it to Dastardly. How about you? Who was your MVP?
I'm going to give it to Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, sure.
The cartoon's fine, but it's rather telling that, they were the only game in town.
Yes.
Pre-80s, maybe even pre-90s, because I don't remember Disney having its own channel and cartoon, weekly cartoon empire until at least the 90s.
Yeah. Well, now that you mention it, it was basically just shorts, which I believe were mostly shown on...
just before a movie.
Yeah, on the big screen before a movie.
Yeah.
Until they started doing weekly cartoons with, Gummy Bears and Aladdin and all that stuff.
Which was definitely 90s.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, I want to give them massive props, because even though this is probably, I don't think this was anywhere near one of their better cartoon shows, despite enjoying it and having fond memories. But I think it's a testament to, even though that they were the only game in town, for lack of a better word, they didn't stop trying new shit.
Oh yeah. You can look at the sheer number of times they've rebooted Scooby-Doo. They knew they were onto the winner, and yet they still put effort in every time.
Yeah, and that trilogy of movies that came out in the 70s 70s and or 80s, I forget which, are iconic in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I introduced you to Ghoul School, which is hands down my favourite fucking movie, kids movie of all time.
Yeah. It was fun.
But yeah, that about sums it up, doesn't it, really? So if you're watching on YouTube, we have the comment section down below. Let us know your thoughts, give us suggestions for future content. It's all fun and games. We are aware we're not only on YouTube, we do also have the audio variation of the podcast. I worded that weirdly, but fuck it, let's roll. You can instead send us an email. Where they said send email to Rick?
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. Once again, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Yes. We are eager to hear your thoughts, opinions, perhaps even suggestions. And yeah, it's another short episode this week, but not to worry, because Rick and I have something meaty, shall we say, planned for next week.
Yeah, we've got a big one coming for you next week, so stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Bye.